Good afternoon, everybody, and I hope you're all keeping well out there in YouTube land. A couple of things to tell you first. I'll do it at the beginning. Right, Wednesday night, obviously, I didn't get in to do me live. Had some severe weather up this way with a huge chance of flooding, so I thought it was better not to come in and do a live. Tomorrow, I'm afraid I won't be doing a live tomorrow night. Glyn phoned me up the other day and said, how do you fancy coming to give us a hand to pick up a VB 36? So I said, yeah, I can do that. And then he said, it's down in Dorset. Oh, bloody hell. So this afternoon, after I finish my live, I am travelling down to Scarborough, staying overnight in Scarborough, and then Glyn and I are travelling down to Bournemouth to pick up this VB36 and staying overnight somewhere on the way back and unloading it all on Sunday. I will have a premiere out on Sunday night. I don't know if I'll be home in time to be there when it's on, but oh, thanks, Rob. I don't know if I'll be back in time for it to be on, but it will be on. Oh, that's a point, Jamie. I couldn't find a link to put in your premiere after mine.
I haven't put it up yet, mate.
All right, okay. So, and on that note, let's bring the guys in. And there we are.
God, that was pathetic.
That was even worse. So,
That's better.
that's better.
I do it again.
So on the note of tomorrow, on Saturday morning cartoons tomorrow, Jake and Jamie will be starting off the auctions for Make-A-Wish, which is that March next year?
I think so, yeah, something like
Yeah, I
that.
think it's around about March time next year. But Jake is going to be doing quite a few auctions coming up to it. So tune in and see what he's got on show and make a bid if you can. There will probably be, I don't know for certain, I haven't spoken to Jake for a couple of days, but there'll probably be a fundraising page if you want to donate as well.
Yeah, I think he's got it all set up on his website.
Grand. It does cost. Make-A-Wish is a brilliant thing. It's for terminally ill kids and gives them a chance to do something that they want to do. And I believe it costs about $8,000. That's $8,000 per wish. So
I think we're actually trying to see if we can actually make one wish there. I think it's about 4,000.
Is it? I thought it was more than that.
Yeah, I think it's about 4,000.
Right.
I think our target is to try and make a wish.
Grand. Excellent.
Fantastic cause.
Right. I'll just put the guys in the back. Oh, and if you can see just behind Mark's right shoulder there, that's
a ball of wool.
No, that's his left shoulder.
That's good.
His right shoulder, that's his spiral hollow form that he has just finished. There it is. Right, put you guys back in the background.
I wasn't shamelessly showcasing it.
Change camera. Bring the YouTube chat back up. Right, what I've got on the lathe today is a piece of poplar, which is something I haven't turned for quite a while. It'll be quite soft, so it's going to be a vase shape. It's going to be coloured with ebonizing lacquer and Joe Sonia's iridescent paint, and I'll be using the airbrush just for the air, not for colour, for moving the paint about. So that's what we're going to be up to. So I'll get on and do some turning.
Hopefully this will be popular then.
Oh my life.
I'll go home now. You going to do it, Jamie?
I can do, mate. Yeah, I can do.
Do you want me to do it so you can do the means?
Oh, all right, okay.
Right. You ready?
Yeah.
Well, the first one in is Doug Miller with Woodspun Round. And we've got Klingspor Abrasives. Laurie Sobiraj. Sobirai, thank you. Chris Dodds. Knights Eternal. Brian O'Torneo de Madeira. Shane Hurst. Malcolm Douglas. Paul Houghton, the Griesby Turner. Susie, the Swiss Woodturner.
How are you keeping,
Ward-
Susie?
Yeah, I'll be feeling all right, Susie. Ward Wilson's in.
There we go. We got one.
This is whole other country.
I need to wait. Wesley Hanna, Dr. Bob, Dewey Shed, Chris Schwinn,
Chris Swing. We got
Chris.
one. Chris.
Lewis Klondike Craftsman,
Gosh, dang it!
Connie,
That's not his normal one.
Johnny, you cheeky girl.
John Scarborough, Bailey Woodworks, hi Chris, Paul Kavanagh, Lisa at the Ugly Room Crafting, and that is down the bottom of the list. If I missed you out, do apologise.
All right. All right.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Rightio. Rightio. Can you believe I actually turned something and edited it and titled it Elegant? Just thought I'd put that out there. Thought I'd start off with a joke today.
Well, let us know when you start the joke.
Oh, I started it.
Ooh, that was harsh.
I made something and titled it Elegant.
Oh, right. Okay.
Dewey Shed says, what size is the blank?
Right, it's about 3.5 inches diameter and about 6.5 inches long at the moment. It's extremely dry. So we'll have to see how well it cuts. Telephone!
Phone! I've got another good joke.
These broken wings!
Yeah, very funny.
Shane!
Oh, and standing in for me tomorrow night is going to be the rock star himself, AGK Woodworks, doing his first live.
Whoa, no pressure then.
Second live, sorry.
His first one was a craft festival. He jumped right in the deep end.
So go
Yeah.
along and give him some support.
I think he's actually got a merch store now, so it's actually funny. We convinced him to bring out some t-shirts. Doug Miller says, "My precious."
He has to start his live with that. Ruby Claire's just joined. Hi, Ruby.
Hello, Ruby.
And just for everybody that heard it, it was Ruby that was phoning me.
Ah. You just have to get on the YouTube to hear his voice, Ruby. I want to get a recording of it, so I can hear it whenever I like.
My super sexy, sultry voice.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Oh, Jamie.
So did the guy like the priest that you made, Mark?
Yeah, he loved it. I took it up straight after the live. He was so impressed, he's taking it down to the club. And he's going to try and get me some orders for some more. He's my, he's the guy I do a lot of work for. He owns the joinery firm up outside Pew.
Was it you made a what? A priest?
Priest for killing fish. Tap the fish on the head with it.
Oh, okay. Hey, yeah, I'll get you. I'll get you.
It's like a small version of a seal club.
Yeah, yeah. He's taking the club down to the club.
That was a bit controversial, Mark.
Well, there's some Canadians in the audience. They'll get the joke.
Someone gave me a sticker one day. I'm not going to say who, but it just said clubs are for seals. I was like, okay.
Someone said to me once, they said, "Oh, I went clubbing the other night." I said, "Oh, did you have fun?" He said, "Yeah, it was a great time. My pet seal didn't enjoy it, though."
Fuck's sake. Dear me.
Brian at Woodturning's in. Hello,
Hey, Brian.
Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Well,
How you doing,
I
buddy?
think I'll take this in a little bit more down at the bottom.
Christos says, is he going to pay you in fish?
No, he's paid me more. He didn't have to pay me. That was a free one for him. Radar, the Woodturner's in.
Right, we need to get our whistles out. Purple whistle this time. Connie says, my resin room is finally finished and just mixed resin for the first time in almost 3 months. You can finally use them pressure pots and canny.
There we are.
Speaking of mixing resin, we need to get the whistles out again. There was a little milestone reached last night. Jake finally hit 40,000 subscribers.
Brilliant.
Good. Well done.
I don't want to say it was me that got him there, but it was because I put a post out.
Yeah, I saw the post. It was you that got him there, yeah.
No, he couldn't have done it without me. That's
No.
all I'm saying.
You're
Modest to the
beacon.
last.
You're a beacon for all us YouTubers, Jamie.
Right. Have I got any abrasive paper here?
Connie said, yes, and I love the pressure pots. Good.
Brilliant.
I've got to think of another design for next year. Another t-shirt on for the next community t-shirt.
Chris Dodds, what century do you live in, Chris? You could start turning harpoons next. I don't think that works anymore.
Well, I don't think he'll ever do that.
Dear
Oh,
me.
dear me.
Are you giving Drilly a rest or something?
Yeah.
Drilly and Walty.
Drilly and Walty.
Radar says, hi everyone, I need my coffee.
Yeah, I could do with a coffee.
I've got a coffee.
Right. Have I got any 240 here?
I'm just going to take a second, Wayne, if you don't mind, to publicly thank Ruby for all her help and guidance with that hollow form I've finished.
No problem.
She's in the chat. I mean, Stuart Mortimer's not watching. If he is, I know he's up in
We're
Scotland.
sending the
at
link.
moment. No, he's up in Scotland. Thank you to Stuart as well. "73 hours that piece took me to finish."
Connie says, tea for her, please. I think I'm going to have to reevaluate my friendship with you, Connie.
Right.
Is it flavoured tea?
Flavoured tea.
Here's something you don't see every day. I am going to use Yorkshire grit before I colour this.
Ooh.
Oh, good. For all those people that say you can't put anything on over Yorkshire grit, you can.
Yeah,
Watch the
oil,
master show
wax,
you. Yep.
colour.
Glur.
Right, so that was sand and sealer. It's always best to use sand and sealer before you use Yorkshire grit. That way the oil in the Yorkshire grit doesn't soak in to the wood.
John Scarborough. No, I didn't. I wasn't allowed to. There are still some secrets in woodturning, and I was given one on the express permission that I never showed it on YouTube or social media.
Turn the speed down to
I'm still
around
waiting for your
about
video now
350.
to turn resin.
Speed is your friend.
Funny that comment, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
I will never live that down, will I?
Nope.
Nope.
Ruby says you did all the work, Mark. You did a great job of it.
Thank you, Ruby.
Unlike the wing bowl.
Yeah, the wing bowl was shocking. I do think that the most worrying, I think worrying is the word, part of that entire incident was I was concerned for your safety, but I never once felt guilty.
I know.
And to be fair, neither did we.
Everybody was laughing.
We were, because we watched it happen live.
That was one of Matt's blanks, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
I think Matt
Yeah.
was the only one who ever felt guilty.
Yeah, he was that guilty. He sent me another one.
The Yorkshire
And that
Kid
one
scene.
blew
Hello,
apart as
Glenn.
well.
Hello,
Hey, Glenn.
That blew apart in the post, though. They must have been playing American football with it or something, because it come to me in two pieces.
Right, that piece of paper has come away clean, so the Yorkshire grit has done its job. Now, the secret of being able to colour after using Yorkshire grit is that, now it has had sand and sealer on, so the predominantly all the oil and wax has actually stayed on top of the sand and sealer. And if you want to put colour on after using Yorkshire grit, all you've got to do is get rid of the residue, if there's any residue left of any waxes or oils. So use methylated spirits or denatured alcohol, as they're called in the States.
You
And you
need
just
your
wipe
alcohol.
off the residue.
Glenn says, don't be long on this live, Wayne. Lol.
Yeah, I know, Glenn, I know. Yeah, I foolishly, not foolishly, because I like going on road trips to collect layers with Glenn, but I totally forgot about Battle of the Makers tonight. So I've got to get down to Scarborough and get booked into the hotel in time for Battle of the Makers starting at 7:45.
Quick question for Glyn. Do you plan on breaking any drills on this road trip? I don't know,
No,
maybe
that
brand
was
new DeWalt drills, maybe.
no, that got broken when we were doing the big bowl.
Still involved a VB though.
It did. Remember to yeah, Glenn, just in case you pick the van up or anything today, remember to pack some drills and some screws to screw the VB down.
Pack two
Right,
drills.
so I'm going to go back. Seeing as how I'm colouring now, whenever I use paint or ebonizing lacquer, anything like this, I always put a coating of sand and sealer on. And the reason I do that is that I find that the sand and sealer acts like a primer. So the paint is actually going
about drills.
So the paint is going over the top of the sand and sealer. It's not going straight onto bare wood. So using the Yorkshire grit, that's taken this piece up to around about 1,000 grit now.
Doug Miller said, question. Did the big bowl ever get finished? I think there's another meeting, didn't there, where it got finished, didn't it?
No, it didn't quite get finished. It's still work in progress. Donna, the Love Angel's in. Hi, Donna.
Hey, Donna.
Huey!
Chuck's in.
He's in.
Hello, Chuck.
Oh, is Shug not working? Or is he working?
I don't know.
Keep it classy, Huey.
Do you want me to send him the link if he's not working?
Well, see if he answers first. He might just be on
Want
his
the
lunch
link?
break or something.
Do you want the link, Huey? Just say yes or no.
Glenn says it's moved again, so we'll need recutting.
Shucks at work.
He's at work, yeah. Probably just on his lunch break or something.
Of course he's at work. That's why he's on the internet.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to turn the speed all the way down. This is now run at around about 150, just to help that ebonizing lacquer dry off. And as you can see, I've used Yorkshire grit to sand this up to 1000 grit. Give the wood a clean off, put some sand and sealer on again, and that ebonizing lacquer has got no problem being on there.
Seems like you've done this before, Wayne.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Mm. Norman Greenwell's in. He says, hi everyone watching but won't be able to chat. And Donna Love Angel's in.
Tell you what, Wayne, I reckon you've got potential, mate.
Yeah.
Got potential. That was a song, that was. Jazz funk song, I believe, from the late 1970s or early 80s. I think that's just about dry. See, if this was a bowl, I'd be able to touch this to see if it was dry towards the centre of the bowl where it would get hollowed out. Make sure there's no dust on my fingers. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. I think it's going to be a bit tacky there. So I'll leave that bit. Turn the lid on again. I'll bring the paints across. I might have might have thinned these down a little bit too much, but it doesn't really matter.
Hodgeroy says, did you start the parting cut before painting?
Yes, I did, Hodge. Thanks for noticing. It is there. The parting cut has been started.
Glenn says, those Americans make some clever stuff. Lol.
Yeah, but us Brits put it into practice. There we are. I reckon that's dry. Right. Where's me air gun? Sorry about that. So all I'm going to use for blowing the paint about is one of my air guns, obviously without any paint pots or anything. So I'm just going to dab this paint on randomly. I say randomly because it's very difficult to do random.
Actual fact, Wayne, I don't think I've ever seen you use Joe Sonia's through an airbrush. That might be interesting one day.
That's well, the reason you haven't seen it
You've got to
because
thin
it's
it
something
quite
I've
a
never
bit.
done.
There you go. There's an idea for you. Phone! American Steakhouse, you kill 'em, we grill 'em.
You can see it started running there a little bit. That doesn't matter either.
Chris Schwing says, question. Why do you need to start the parting before the paint?
Right, the reason that I start the parting before the paint, because if I was to get this all finished, then start doing the parting cut at the bottom, you tend to get furry bits that you've got to sand down. And if you start sanding that down, you're going to start removing some of the paint. So I always, if I remember to, start the parting cut before I start putting any finish on. I'm using 4 colours today. I'm using violet, gold, green, and I'm going to use red as well. Now, the red in Joe Sonia's does tend to turn out to be a little bit on the pink side, but we're going to use it anyway.
All right.
That's
And if you thin this down, and if so, what kind of ratio?
right, I've thinned this down with flow medium, and this one is around about, I'd say, 70-30 paint to flow medium. What I have found, it does produce a nice effect, as I mistakenly found out. If you thin this down too much with flow medium, I don't know if anybody watches any of the YouTube channels, art channels, things like this, but you can get a paint effect that's called cells, where the paint divides itself into basically into cells. So you get a clear part in the middle, or in this case, it'd be a black part in the middle with the outline of paint. If you thin, I found if you thin your Sonias down too much, you can get that effect produced. Right, airbrush.
Huey says he's got the rum sorted. Not sure if the barmaid is going to be available to top up though. Use your sippy
All
cup,
right.
Shug. Canny says, I love the cell effect.
I don't know if you can see on this one. I am on the Zoom one. I'll show it. In fact, it's happening. It's happening on all of them. The cell effect is happening on all of them. It's an effect that I absolutely love. Usually, you've got to use some sort of silicone oil to try and get the cell effect to work.
Yeah, you can see it. Andrew Bundy Rowe is in. Says, good afternoon, Wayne. Huey says, sippy cup is not as big as my pint glasses. Well, I'll have to get you another sippy cup then.
There we are. I think that'll do for that. I'll just turn the lid on again, just to give that a chance to dry a little bit, and then we'll get it. What sort of time are we on?
Plenty of time, mate. Less than half hour in.
Oh, that's grand. That's grand. I'd like to get it at least a little bit hollowed out before I shoot off down the road. You're fine.
Not all my customers know that you're on, Wayne. Sorry.
God, my. Bit of education needed.
Again.
A bit of education needed there, Mark.
Yeah, well, they're not actually woodturners.
I don't care.
I can't tell them about you. They might go to you for contracts.
No, I'm cutting back.
Only wing bowls.
Dear. Oh, I swear. You make one dodgy winged bowl.
The funniest thing about that wing bowl was he gave me a blank of wood and he said, well, you have a go then.
And you did.
Glyn says, glances at watch, Wayne. LOL.
I'm probably going to have to wait until that paint dries.
You did cheat though, Wayne, 'cause looking at yours down here, you left the tips of the wings about half an inch thick.
That's not cheating, that's design.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamie,
yeah, but what a finish straight from the tool, though.
It was actually. Git.
Huey says, take these broken wings.
You can shut up, Shug.
Donna says she's not a woodturner and she's here. John Scarborough says, question. What air gun / brush do you use, Wayne?
Right, I bought, in fact, I've probably had 3 in the past. It's a set from Wish. and it's a set of. Hang on, I'll just open the box and see how many
Cheapos.
come. Yeah, cheapos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you get a set of 6 airbrushes with the bottles and things like this. Now I've had mine for a couple of few years now, so mine cost around about £85 when I bought them. And the last time I bought them, they were still about £85, but they made a cock up on the order and I actually got 2 sets, which I thought was pretty good. They're up in the hundreds of pounds now, but you still get 6 airbrushes. And what I did buy is a set of quick release valves from either Amazon or eBay, so you can actually get them so you're not screwing things off and putting them back on. It's just an easy quick release to change over the hose. The compressor I use is a Parkside one from Lidl's, I believe. In fact, it's not. It's a Work Zone one from Aldi.
Andrew from HEK's just popped in.
Hi, Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
Still think that's going to be too slow to drill.
He uses a step ladder so he could get high. He wears his high heels so he could get high. Bum 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 bum.
I'm going to have to clean this quill out again. Well, that's a new one.
That's the rock one. We usually use that for drilling now.
You see what Paul Gavin has put in?
Right, I ruined her birthday. I don't know how. I didn't even know it was her birthday.
How deep you going, Wayne? Real deep.
Real deep.
Real deep. Can you see that mark there?
Real deep.
Just there.
Yeah, I'm going. That's where I'm going to.
Roy's the boys in.
Remember, if you are doing any drilling like this, to clean it out before you think there's too much shavings in there, too many shavings in there. Otherwise, you can get the drill stuck.
Shh. Don't say it. Like you watched me do the other day. I'll say it. Came out in the end.
Brian
Brian said,
the
oops.
sprouts.
Brian says, oops, you did that yesterday. Yeah, you did.
I think he's taking his time on purpose, Glyn.
Now, I haven't got the lathe going very fast because I'm trying to get that paint to dry without it going all over the place.
You would have had this done on a Saturday.
Well, I'm hoping to be setting off around about 2 o'clock, 2:15. So that should get me down there in loads of time.
Oh, you're 25 to 2 now.
Huey says, and then he bought a new set of ladders so he could get high. Now he'll reach your thigh.
I'm going to give this another blow about.
I meant to say to you, Wayne, the lady who does the Joe Sonias in the UK.
Lynn.
Lynn. I had a nice long chat with her at the seminar because she was there with her stand.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I like Lynn.
Yeah, she's good people. Barry Fisher's in. She says, he says, good afternoon, everyone. I'm a bit late. Better late than never.
Hello, Barry.
I personally would have left it as that was, Wayne, because that looked pretty cool. It kind of looked like
Yeah, but
lightning.
the thing, it's still going to, the cells will still form. It's just I'm wanting to get the paint dry so I can actually start hollowing it out.
Ah. Can't you use heaty?
The heaty's about dead.
Ah, right.
I'll probably get a new one when I'm down at Harrogate. Camera?
Your tools is a bit like all the names in Australia, isn't it? So they go like Damo and all that sort of stuff, don't they? Robbo. All your tools end up with a Y.
Yeah.
Huey says Wayne needs a #1 heater. I know someone that needs a #1 Oliver.
Oh, that was low.
Love Spuds. I've actually got a Love Spuds t-shirt in my store now. So you can walk around and kick Shug there.
I've got me Sugarism t-shirt on today.
Look at that. And he goes and pulls out the #1 Hollower.
Right, now, seeing as how I'm hollowing this out and the paint isn't properly dry, I am getting little bits and bobs of dust around this sort of area here. I'm not overly concerned about that. I'm going to leave this on the tenon anyway today. And when the paint is completely dry, I'll come back and finish it with some Yorkshire Grit microfine and wax.
I'll just put a link to the Love Spuds t-shirt. If people want to have a look at it. Dr. Bob says, I have used the same technique of painting on the outside of glasses held in my vacuum truck. My client loves them and loves them. He seals them after he receives them for drinking purposes.
All right.
Benjamin's in.
Robert says,
Oh,
that Dremel box looks very out of place back there. It needs more dust.
I know, right? It's too shiny.
Nice cleanest thing.
Did Lynn have any pieces on show when she was at the seminar?
No.
Because she, on her stand, she usually has some bits on show.
I don't think she did.
Because
She only had 2 tables.
all right.
limited space.
Because one of them would have been mine. Which I
Chris
gifted
says, go on.
Go on. No, go on.
I was just saying, Chris Dodd says, JP talking about Australia, has your stick that you got from Australia, from your oldies come back yet? I haven't dared thrown it, mate. Plus the workshop's too small. I have to wait until I go into Marks. Mr. 14 carat nugget gold is in, Michael McEwen. Clinton says, is that easy wood, Wayne? I have one of those. Hashtag shug.
I thought you got the pro ones, Glenn.
Still a #1 hollower, just the pro version. Douglas Mungham's in. He says, good afternoon, Loonies, Wayne, and the chat.
The thing with Glenn's though is Chris and Doug said it's just click and collect, and that's why he had to go across there.
Colour. He's in.
I need to.
Wayne, catch up. Roy's boy says, who's the heavy breather?
Sorted. Yeah, that's
Roy says, Glyn saved on postage.
I don't think he did because he got battered with excess baggage.
Oh, I'm going to have to go in the house. I'm live on YouTube, it seems.
$73 for £5 over. Ooh.
What was that for?
Excess baggage.
When Glenn came
right.
back from the States.
Fucking hell. Oh, excuse me.
He says, oh darn.
Oh darn, what a shame.
Oh, that's getting there. I think I'll just one more series of cuts and then I'll just sand the inside of the rim, and that should be us.
1:45.
Oh, bugger. I've just gone through the side.
Oh, you never have you?
I have, yeah. Oh, well, such is life.
Emotional, damn it!
Well, that's not.
So I'll just show you what it would have looked like.
There you go, Glenn. You got it finished early.
There it is.
Very nice.
So you can still see some of the cells there, and you can see where I've gone through the side.
Oh,
Oops,
Oh no.
oops. Oh dear, how sad. What a shame. Never mind.
part it off and then put it on a different base.
Nah, we'll go on the fire. It'll keep us warm. Right, let's bring the guys in. There they are. Right. Applicant Lisa. My application to the Funnel Club started, I think, in 1987.
One of the founder members.
Yeah, the founding member.
Brian's saying he used the Dremel, made a feature of it. No, there's a plan.
Yeah.
I'll have a think about that one, Brian.
Good
Make a
idea.
face
Isn't it
out of it.
Right, isn't it funny though? Even though you've got it's centered. I mean, it was obviously centered and everything, but it's only gone through one side.
Might have been because the tool was bouncing.
It could have been. Who can tell? Who can tell?
Roy's asking, is that still a funnel? No, I think that's
Well.
technically a colander now.
It's one of them Doctor Who pieces. That's what it is.
It's bigger on the inside than it is
It's
on the
bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, but I mean the effect. Oh, it has. It's actually you can see the
Noise
crack
on the
all the
door.
way through. You can see the crack all the way through. But it is the cell effect. I think you can see that. The cell effect on the paint that I really, really like. When you thin down the Jewel Sonias just a little bit too much. Do you think this means it won't be watertight anymore? Yeah, Brian. Yeah, same as a flat tire. Only flat at the bottom.
Sorry about that.
You haven't a time of it today, Mark, haven't you?
Well, no, it's non-stop here. It's a new steady rest.
Oh, right.
Well, second-hand steady rest.
I see. See these lazy people who won't make their own bloody
I know,
accessories.
but for 25 quid, I couldn't be bothered to make me out. Probably would have cost me that in half-inch or
plywood.
quarter-inch ply.
Yeah,
I
it
think,
would have done.
I think for the next 12 minutes we should have an unboxing.
I've got nothing to
No,
unbox.
because I don't know. No, 'cause
Oh, Mark.
Mark has.
that's dangerous. No, it's a steady
Right,
rest.
no,
It's three arm steady rest, and he's got to go.
Right, yeah, I've got to go. I've got to go and get ready and pack my computer
Yeah.
and everything up. Not this computer, but my laptop and everything, and my headphones. Because I am hoping to get down there in time for Battle of the Makers, which is on tonight at 7:45 on Steve
Let's
SK's
see.
channel.
Lewis
So you
says,
don't have the
nice,
trouble we had with traffic.
nice sticker by the vase. That'll be that one just there.
There you go.
I'll just put a white background to stop seeing the door. Go on in, press the button.
Terrell Brace, that's a name I haven't seen before. Good afternoon, Terrell.
Yeah.
I'm going to press the button, and the button